वेलकम टू बायोरत्ना। प्यारे बच्चों, on every Monday and Wednesday you are getting the videos where thorough discussion on different topics is done. Every Friday and Saturday you will be getting the one shots for the different chapters of class 11th. For the NEET aspirants 2023, the freshers who are in class 12th and the droppers, what can be better for them than to have one shots for the different chapters of class 11th? Needless to say that those who are in class 11th itself, they have studied the chapter and want to go for a revision. For them also this is a boon. Also, if they have, in spite of all their sincere efforts, they are not able to complete some chapters, as often class 11 students do, they carry a lot of backlog in class 12th also. But there are students who don't want to miss, means they are hard pressed for time. It is their internal exam time and they don't want to miss anything. So for them also this one shots, they come as a boon. Last week we started with the one shots. If you have not seen the Animal Kingdom one shot, please find the link in the description box. You will get the schedule for the different complete chapters, all the chapters. Tomorrow I will be providing the video on the complete schedule of all the chapters of class 11 one shots. We will complete it in mid-Jan so that you still have lot of time for your exam. Today, let us start today's session, that is the leaf and its modification from the chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants. So it is leaf and its modification. We have already completed root and its modification and stem and its modification. If you have not gone through it, please find the link in the description box. What is a leaf? You are so familiar with leaf, but let us see whether you really know the leaf. The leaf, it is a lateral and generally flattened structure which is present at the node of the stem. At the node of stem, and they develop from the apical shoot meristem. Shoot का जो meristem है, at the nodal region from it develops. Like this is the stem. Now it is having these nodes. This is node, this is another node. And what is the part in between the nodes is called? It is the internode. So this leaf, it develops from the apical shoot meristem and it develops in acropetal succession. It develops in acropetal succession. What is acropetal succession? What is acropetal succession? Acropetal succession means the older leaves, they are at the bottom and the younger one towards the top. तो ऐसे बना देते हैं हम लोग. This is a bigger one. Let me draw a bit smaller one here and a bit more smaller at the top. So this is acropetal succession. And at their axial means what? This is the stem, this is the leaf. This angle, this is the axial. Here is present bud. This is the bud and this bud, it is called axillary bud. This is called axillary bud. From the axillary bud, we have discussed it in stem and its modification, that from this axillary bud the branches they are formed. So this leaf, it has an axillary bud at this position. If we see the structure of leaf, when we see the structure of leaf in detail, so you will say, all of you will say that yes, we are very familiar with the leaf structure. Chalo dekhe. This is the node. I am going to draw one leaf only. So this is a leaf. And what is a leaf? Tell me which, where I have drawn the leaf. Is this the leaf? Is this the leaf? Most of you will say, yes, this is the leaf. No, it is just a part of leaf. The leaf has three parts. This part, which is green and flat, this is the lamina. This is lamina. This is leaf base. Leaf base. And this is the petiole. This is petiole. So leaf has three parts. Leaf has three parts which you normally refer as leaf. This is the most prominent expanded green part of the leaf which is doing photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is very important function of the leaf. Leaf is the vegetative parts and it is very important for its known function, that is photosynthesis. Now, this leaf base, this diagram is that about structure of leaf. This is structure of leaf. Now this leaf base, what is the function of leaf base? Of course, this is the bottom, this is the base part of the leaf by which the leaf is attached to the stem. By which leaf base is that part by which the leaf is this whole structure, it is attached to the stem. Now, tell me one thing, if it has ever happened to you that you tried to pluck a leaf and then as you pull it, then there is a cover which starts covering on the stem, which starts coming out with it. What is it? It is the leaf base. In monocots, these are the monocotyledonous plants. There, the leaf base, it partially or wholly covers the stem. One more thing about the leguminous plants. In some of the leguminous plants, this leaf base, it swells. It swells and this swollen leaf base is called pulvinus. Here, at this leaf base part, here you can observe these two stipules. These are the stipules. You can find these scaly structures called stipules at the base. What about this petiole? This petiole is the stalk. Petiole is the stalk of the leaf. What it is doing? Suppose the petiole is not there. Then what will happen? So this lamina, it will directly attach here to the stem. So one leaf, another leaf, all directly they are superimposing over one another. That one at the top is getting the sunlight, others partially or not at all. So how they will do the photosynthesis? So this petiole, its one function is that it is providing that it is spreading the leaf in the sunlight. At the same time, this petiole, it is flexible. This is flexible. So it flutters in the wind. When it is fluttering in the wind, then it allows the lamina to flutter in the wind. This cools the lamina surface. पूरा समय धूप में है बच्चा. So it helps in cooling down its surface and bring the fresh air towards it. To bring the fresh air towards the leaf. So that will also very important to get the carbon dioxide from the fresh air which it is getting. So this is the function of petiole. Now come to this lamina, you will find veins and venlets. These are the veins and venlets. Veins and veinlets. What are veins and veinlets? These are actually the xylem and phloem. Here, xylem and phloem is present. Generally there is one prominent midrib. ये ज़्यादा prominent है बाकी वालों से. There is generally one main prominent midrib, and then in dicots, these other branches, they come out from this main original one. Monocot में उस बाकी दूसरे जितने होंगे सारे parallel होंगे, and then further it is branched, so that this vein and veinlets, they form a complete network. What it is doing? It is having the xylem and phloem, na? So naturally it is helps in the transport of water, mineral and the food, that is photosynthesis. So this vein and veinlets, they help in this one function, transport. They have another function. They act as the skeleton of the leaf. Leaf के अंदर में है. All the vein and the veinlets, they provide the rigidity. Whatever rigidity the leaf is having, it is because of the vein and veinlets. So this much you have understood, that the leaf has three parts. The leaf base, which is attaching the leaf to the stem. The petiole, which is the stalk of the leaf, and it spreads the lamina into the sunlight. It also helps in fluttering of the leaf, by which it cools down the temperature and it brings the fresh air towards the lamina. This lamina, it is doing the photosynthesis, and in it there are present these veins and veinlets, which are actually phloem and xylem. These are present there. So they transport water, mineral, photosynthesis, and also they act as the skeleton of the leaf, providing it the rigidity. Now let us see what is venation. The veins and veinlets you are already knowing. The xylem and phloem tubes which pass through the leaf lamina. So venation is simply how the veins and veinlets, they are arranged in the lamina. I repeat, venation is the arrangement of veins and veinlets in the leaf lamina. So it may be of two types. What are the two types? I am drawing two types of leaves. This is one leaf. This is its petiole. Here you show the leaf lamina. Then this is the midrib. This is midrib. And from this midrib is coming out, from this main vein is coming out veinlets, and then further smaller veinlets are coming out from these, so that a complete network-like structure is formed in the leaf lamina. Complete network-like structure they form. एक ही midrib है जो main है. So this is the reticulate venation. This is the first one, that is reticulate venation, and this is found in dicots. This is found in dicots. Now take another example. What is found in monocots? If this is the leaf and this is the midrib passing through the center, then the other veins, they do not come out from the midrib. They run parallel to the midrib. They are running parallel to the midrib. So this is the parallel venation, which is found in monocots. So you find two types of venation. One is reticulate, जिसमें पूरी जाली बन जाती है. दूसरा parallel, where the veins are running parallel to each other. Now let us see the types of leaves. Types of leaves means whether it is simple or whether it is compound. Whether it is simple or whether it is compound. Then in case of compound also we find that compound one can be pinnately compound or it may be palmately compound. What do we mean by all these terms? Not difficult, bacha. Only you have to remember one term, that is incision. देखो, here this leaf, in this leaf I have drawn this margin plane. All the different leaves, they differ from the leaves of other species in shape. शेप सबका अलग होता है, आप हाथ में लेके बता सकते हो, which is बनियन का पत्ता, which is guava, which is hibiscus, etc. Every leaf differs from the leaf of other species in their shape, in their margin, in their apex. किसी का apex ऐसा भी हो सकता है. And the one which is related here about types of leaf, that is incision. Here I have drawn the plain margin. It may be like this, ऐसे कट होते हुए जो है, this is called incision. इस तरह से इसमें incision भी हो सकते हैं. Then उसका पत्ता हाथ में लेते हुए आप कहते हो एक सिंगल लीफ है, क्योंकि ये incisions इतने छोटे छोटे से है किनारे में कि आप देख के कहोगे कि हाँ एक सिंगल लीफ है. So such leaves where the incisions are absent, है ही नहीं, या incisions इतने छोटे हैं कि they do not reach the midrib. मतलब ये incisions यहाँ तो छोटे हैं बच्चों, ये incisions ऐसे भी हो सकते हैं, मतलब बहुत डीप है, इतने डीप है, लेकिन अभी भी लैमिना को टच किया है क्या? देखिए, नहीं टच किया है. This is also a simple leaf. This too is a simple leaf. This is simple leaf. This is simple leaf. This also is a simple leaf. Simply because the incision, though much deeper here, it is not touching the midrib. अभी भी वो एक single leaf है. What about compound leaf? इतना तो आप समझ गए कि वो जो incisions है, they are now going to do something. दो तरह से वो leaf को divide कर सकते हैं. कैसे? They are dividing in such a way, जैसे ये incisions ऐसे अंदर की ओर जा रहे हैं. Then what will happen? This midrib, this is the midrib, ये midrib है, and here you find these leaflets. These leaflets, ये leaflets है क्या actually? ये पहले एक single leaf का single lamina था. Now the incisions, they have moved inwards and they have touched the midrib. Now this midrib is no longer called midrib. This is called a rachis. इसको हम कहेंगे rachis. और ये जो छोटे यहाँ पे है, these are not leaves but they are leaflets. आप argue कर सकते हो. आप कह सकते हो क्यों? जैसे इसका एग्जाम्पल है नीम. आप कह सकते हो नहीं, ये तो अलग अलग लीफ ही है, लीफलेट क्यों है? किसने कहा कि इसे इसको एक पत्ते से टूट के ये सारे बने हुए हैं? आप जानते हो कि ये लीफ जहाँ ये शूट से अटैच्ड है, यहाँ पे एक्सिलरी पोजीशन में हियर देयर इज प्रेजेंट वन एक्सिलरी बड. ये बड यहाँ पे है, ये सिंपल लीफ है, ये देख रहे हो यहाँ पे बड है, ये देख रहे हो यहाँ पे बड है. दिस बड यू विल फाइंड एट द बेस ऑफ लीफ. कहाँ है? यहाँ. Nowhere you will find any bird, but the bird is present here. ये कंपाउंड लीफ के बेस में प्रेजेंट है, लीफलेट के बेस में प्रेजेंट नहीं है. The bird is, this sentence is very important to understand this, that the bird is present at the base of what? कौन सा टर्म यूज करोगे? कंपाउंड लीफ. ये सब मिला के हो गया है कंपाउंड लीफ. एट द बेस ऑफ द कंपाउंड लीफ, एट द बेस ऑफ द पिट्यूल ऑफ द कंपाउंड लीफ, बट नॉट एट द बेस ऑफ द पिट्यूल ऑफ द लीफलेट्स. यहाँ कहीं भी आपको बर्ड नहीं मिलेगा. सो दिस इज द पिन्नेटली कंपाउंड वन, जहाँ पे आप देख रहे हो कि इस तरह से इंसिजन्स आके कट कर रहे हैं. एक दूसरा भी तो तरीका हो सकता है. कौन सा तरीका? कि ये एक लीफ है, यू आर फाइंडिंग इट इंटरेस्टिंग, you are understanding it. Please do write if you are understanding everything properly. कोई डाउट होता है, please do write that also. अगर ये incisions इस तरह से जाते हैं बच्चों कि ये यहाँ से incision है, this incision moves downwards, touches the petiole. इसका incision, it is also touching the petiole. इस तरह से ये आके, so it seems that all these different leaflets, they are arising from a single point. This point, that is the, not base, it is the tip of the petiole. This is the petiole. So this is the petiole and this is the tip of petiole. So it seems like the leaflets, which are also formed by incision, so they are coming out from the tip of the petiole. इसका bud भी बना दे so that there is no confusion. ये हो गया उसका bud. And this is palmately compound. Palm, ये सारी उंगलियां आके यहीं जुड़ रही है. So this is palmately compound. And its example is silk cotton. Its example is silk cotton. आगे बढ़े. Now let us see what is Phyllotaxy. Phyllotaxy. What is Phyllotaxy? Just now we saw venation. It was all about the arrangement of veins and veinlets in the lamina. एक लीफ के पत्ते में किस तरह से vein और veinlets arranged है. This is about Phyllotaxy is the arrangement of leaves on the stem or branch. Arrangement of leaves on stem or branch. So how they are arranged? Accordingly, they are of three types. This is the stem. So these are its nodes. Only one leaf coming out from each node, and then they are arranged alternately. See, we will keep in mind that leaf are acropetal. बड़ा वाला, old वाला नीचे और छोटे वाले, young वाले ऊपर होते जाएंगे. So this type of arrangement, this is called alternate, where only one leaf, this is only one leaf at one node. One leaf at one node. That's it. One leaf at one node is called alternate. This is alternate. What is the example of alternate? Alternate you will get in case of hibiscus, in case of mustard, in case of sunflower. These are the examples where the leaves are at one leaf at one node and they are arranged alternately. Now come to the next one, that is opposite. What about opposite? This is the stem or the branch. These are the nodes. From each node, two leaves come out. So they are arranged like this. So two leaves per node. This is opposite. Here also two will come out, but what they will do, they are arranged like this कि उनकी छाया नहीं पड़े नीचे वाले पे. Again this one, this is like this. So in case of opposite, two leaves per node are arranged, taking care that their shadow is not falling on the one which is below it. This is the opposite one, and opposite Phyllotaxy you will find in case of guava, and you will find in case of that शिवजी का plant जो कहते हैं, that is Calotropis. In Calotropis and guava you find the opposite type of Phyllotaxy. Now what is whorl Phyllotaxy? Whorl, the name itself signifies that this is the stem, these are its nodes, then from each node more than two leaves per node. More than two leaves per node. So what appearance it will give? So more than one leaves are there. So this is forming a whorl, giving a whorl appearance, and this is found in case of Alstonia. This is found in case of Alstonia. More than 2 leaves per node for giving a whorl ring appearance. So there are 3 types of phyllotaxy: alternate, opposite and whorl. Now that the structure of the leaf is done, the phyllotaxy, the venation, the different types of leaves. So now let us move to the modification of leaf. Modification means when the leaf is performing a function other than photosynthesis. First one which we see, it is the tendril. Tendril, what purpose it is? It is for support. Means the stem is weak. It cannot stand erect. So these tendrils, they take help of some external object, coil around it so that the stem can now move erect. Example we will take in case of P, it is found. P के 2 examples भी ले लेते हैं. जैसे in case of sweet pea. In case of sweet pea, the terminal leaflets, they get changed into tendril. Means if this is the stem and here you are finding these are the lower leaves. The leaf same structure I am not drawing. These are the leaves. Then the terminal one, these terminal leaves, they get changed into tendrils. So these are the tendrils. Here it is the terminal leaflet which is changing into a tendril. This is changing into a tendril. If we see wild pea, in case of wild pea, the whole leaf gets changed into a tendril. How? This is the stem. Now, this structure which you see at the node, these are the stipules. These are the foliaceous stipules, means these have become leaf-like as the leaf has changed itself into tendril. So this is the whole leaf changed into a tendril. This whole leaf has changed into a tendril. Take the second example. This is spine. Example in case of cactus. So 2 different functions it is having, that is to prevent water loss or it is for protection from the herbivores. So these are the spines. These are the different leaves. These are the leaves which have changed into the spines. So these are the spines. This is to prevent water loss. 2 functions. My God, this whole this has come up. Okay, so here it is the for either for protection from herbivores or it is to prevent water loss. Prevent the water loss. That's it. This is in case of cactus. Next, the fleshy leaves. Fleshy leaves, what is the function? Here the leaves, they store food. And the example you know, that is the onion. So this is the reduced stem. The stem is having the nodes and internodes. From the lower side of the nodes, here you find the root. This is the reduced stem. And here at the center, here the bud is there. And from each node, these leaves are coming out. These leaves, they store food. So these are the fleshy leaves. Fleshy leaves, and on the outer side they are covered with a leaf which is not fleshy, which is having the protective function, but these are the fleshy leaves. These fleshy leaves, their function is to store the food, storage of food, and the example is onion. This is onion. This is onion, garlic, everyone is having the fleshy leaves. Next, the phylode. What is phylode? Not phyloclade. This is phylode. This example is Australian acacia. Australian acacia. Here what happens? This is the stem. This is the petiole. And the lamina, it is short-lived. The lamina, it is short-lived, and so it falls off. And then the this petiole, it becomes flattened, bigger in size, flattened and green petiole. This is the petiole which now is performing the photosynthesis because the lamina is not there. So you will say that this is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the function of leaf but not of petiole. It is the function of lamina, but here it is the petiole which is doing the photosynthesis. That's why this is also a modification of leaf which is found in Australian acacia. So this is Phyllodes, where petiole is doing photosynthesis. Now the last modification, that is, the leaf is becoming an organ to trap the insects. For example, the pitcher plant. In pitcher plant, what happens? Nepenthes or pitcher plant. This is the stem. Now, this is the petiole. Various parts of leaf have changed into something different to now they help in the trapping of the insects. Why they trap insect? Is Nepenthes not doing photosynthesis? Yes, it does. It does the normal photosynthesis, but the soil where they grow, that soil is deficient in nitrogen. Soil se nitrogen nahi milta. Nitrogen is very much necessary. You know, it is component of protein, it is component of nucleic acid and various other components. So to get the nitrogen, what they do? Now they are trapping the insects and taking nitrogen from their body. This is the petiole which has changed into tendril. Now this is the lamina which has modified itself into a vase-like structure or pitcher. This is the lamina which is modified, and here you will find a lead. This lead is the modified leaf apex. This is filled with acid, and when the insect gets in this lead, it closes, the fly is trapped and dies. Another example, this example is that of Nepenthes. This is Nepenthes, also called pitcher plant. Another example is Venus fly trap. It is also given in your book NCERT. This is Venus fly trap. The leaflets, they are bilobed. They are bilobed, having this hinged middle rib. This is hinged middle rib, and this is the bilobed leaf. And it gets closed. It gets closed to trap the insect. So these are the various modifications of leaf. Here the first you have seen the tendril for support the spine, for either for protection or preventing the water loss. Then it is the fleshy leaves where it stores the food. Phyllodes, Australian acacia, where the work of photosynthesis has been taken up by the petiole which has become flattened. And for trapping the insects, there are two examples in your NCERT, that is Nepenthes and Venus fly trap. So this was all about the leaf and its modification. Please write in the comment box whether you have understood properly. If there are any doubts, please do write that also. Do find the one-shots on every Friday and Saturday and the regular topics on Monday and Wednesday. Find the link for the notes and DPP in the description box. See you for the next video. Hopefully you have liked the video. Then please like, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get all latest updates.